Hi guys, Sarah here with you and welcome to my new batch of tutorials. Today I'm going to be doing manga eyes. So today I'm going to talk about not just one style of manga eyes. I will be talking about different styles, that some for male and some for female, and just even non-manga related eyes that you can play around with, because I tend to not just like to use only manga eyes, because I like to mix in between cartoon and manga, so we're gonna have fun today with that. Let's talk about the basic structure of a male manga eye. It's a tilted line like this, and another tilted line, and a line like this with this area here, kind of a space, or this area here, kind of a space. That's what I do, but some people would close in these two areas together, do your pupil, or the apple of the eye, I'm not sure what's that called, and that's practically the basic structure of a manga male eye. Why don't we take this eye and turn it a little bit female-ish looking? So how we're gonna do this is really fairly simple. Just take the same eye, but rather than giving it this kind of camera is shaky for some reason, adjusted it. So as I was saying, instead of giving the end like this, why not just give it a soft ending? And you can even just, you see, add that little extra line up here. Try this, you might get a different looking female, adult-ish, and you might even add some eyelashes as well. Although I do not tend to use this kind of shape. If I'm going to use thin eyes, here's what I'm gonna do. And curve this area to give it a little bit of well, this turned out to be one scary eye. If you do make it a little bit bigger, or say, I would rather draw it a little bit bigger, and that will create a bit of a softer female-ish look. And you can add the eyelashes, please. This is kind of wrong. I wanted to really add some here from the under lashes and create a bunch of lashes like this from up. You see, it's kind of similar to a semi-realistic eye, and you can really give this eye whatever eyebrow you would like. Let's do a bunch of other collection of eyes with the same type of square looking thing. Maybe you want to do an evil eye this time. You're just going to do the same tilted thing, but instead of going with the line like this, why not go it with like this a bit? And do play in the pupil, by the way. It will give you so many different results. We have this is one shape. Really not evil-ish, but I don't know, there's this like daring stare. You can take the same eye, and we gave our person here more like a, it's still not evil-ish enough. So let's elongate this. And you can get so many different results like this. So you get the picture. This is what we can do, and we can even do much more with square eyes. I'm just talking about one size. Imagine if you resize that. You have so many different results. Like we have a large eye, for example. Oopsie, it's not appearing. Instead of doing a straight line, I'm going to, like you see here, I'm going to reverse that. And we get Rukia's eyes. Similar. Rukia from Bleach, by the way. Not exactly, but it's a bit similar. Tidy Kabuto tends to do this intense look in their eyes. I really don't know how he does that. I'm attempting to do that at the moment, but it's not really working. So you can also give this to a male or female character. That's a large eye, by the way, or not large, but rather medium type of size. And you can take that, if you see Persona characters, they do have that same type of eye size. We just get to play on the end part like this. Yeah, I gave it a broken part right here. Some even extend the lashes like this a bit, and we're talking with the same size. Also, you might give it a little bit of a broken, let's say broken a bit, not broken, but a bit down, and even forget the side that connects here. You can just put or make the lines meet together. That's also one of the eyes I see a lot in Bleach. The evil-ish characters. The one that's been voiced by Daisuke Uno, I don't really remember his name, Tsukishima or something, had a similar eye to this, but rather smaller. And again, I have no idea how Tidy Kabuto gives this certain daring look on his characters. I really like the eye design of Tidy Kabuto. It's really like intense eye. Something close to this. Not exactly, but it's something close to this. And we can do much more. You can just think of so many different possibilities. We did all of these shapes when I'm here just from one certain shape. You can take one part out, add in an extra, change the eye direction, change the curvedness over here, and it's still gonna show you more stuff. So yeah, let's first adjust my panel right here. Okay, so how about we talk more about a different type of shape? Instead of doing the square type, why not go into a circle type, which is something I see in a lot of shoujo mangas. A sad lip from up and a straight line. It's simple as that. And a lot of people or a lot of artists tend to play around with the size. Some make it really big, some make it really small. An example would be from LDK. Aoi has that certain example. You know, I got this out of LDK, by the way, that eye shape. And you add a bunch of lashes. Pretty cute. And this is medium size, by the way. It's not too big or small. If you want to see big eye, then go read Hayakoi, the main character Haoi. I can't spell her name right. It's called Hayakoi. Hayakoi. Just look it up. You'll probably find it on one of those manga scanning sites. The character has such big eyes, rounded eyes, but it kind of has a similar structure. If you know Mermaid Melody, you know the characters, how big their eyes. I really don't draw big eyes, so it's quite difficult for me. They're just that they play around with the details in the middle, which is another cool trick also. You can play around with the details. I think she have like 2 lines in her eyes or something. Well, the main character is kind of a chibi-ish character. She's 140 centimeters, so she looks like a kid, so it's kind of acceptable to have that kind of eye. And I believe it's even, you know, like this one here, not such a big curve, but this one here, you'll see the curve extending to almost this point. And you can even play around with the size again. We can take that same sad face, make the line a little bit smaller, and we have a thinner eye. We can take the same shape and even add a line. Now this is the eye of my OC, by the way. Give this a line like here. Or you can play around and increase the curve side to have that certain line a bit down. And that's the circle type of eye. I'm gonna show you even a bunch of other more examples that it's not practically circle-ish. But, well, I don't know how to kind of explain this, but you're probably gonna see it anyway, so yeah, start to show you, then trying to explain this. There is just so many shapes you can play around. I remember something like this. Pokemon eyes, or not, I really don't know. And then it's the same concept of the sad curve thing, but it's really like a huge pupil. It's creepy. Pokemon eyes. And the one I wanted to show you is a bit like this. It's kind of a broken line. And I see that with all types of shapes, like you can make it big, small, medium. We have it a little bit smaller. The result will be something like this. Yes, that little broken line, and you can play around with it as much as you can. You can even extend it like this. There's so many ways to think of this, and you can even remove it from the first place and just keep like this. Keeping space between eyes. And this is just manga stuff. I'm gonna show you even some cool bunch of other fun eyes from Winx and stuff, because I really like how they draw the eyes in Winx and Witch, in which they practically play on the size. They just, it's practically the same way you draw any manga eye. That's another shape, and they connect it together. It's really fairly easy, and you can play around with the lashes, the size, even the width of it. So this is, I believe, is Will. We can even create a smaller version out of it. This one could be a little bit evil-ish. I don't know how this is gonna turn out to be honest. So this is Musa, Flora. You see, it's just a rectangle, sort of, with another line coming like this, and you just connect it. Simple as that. So it has the same practical shape of this one, but this one's a bit softer, this one is not. And you can even play around with the width, as I told you. and you can get like a square shaped type of eye. I'll try to draw a Disney looking eye, but I'm not sure if this is gonna get quite right or not, but they're a bit square-ish, and so there's something like this. Though the pupil is not that big, and I'm not even sure if I did this right or not, to be honest, because I haven't drawn that much Disney characters. But they usually, when they turn around, I just got to play around with a turned out Disney eye. It looks something like this. We have some eyelashes over here. I think they're not connected. I'm sorry, my memory isn't helping me that much in that area, but it's something that looks maybe like this, or maybe something like this. And the trick is with the lashes. I can't get this right. I have to move the paper so I can get this right. Or something, yeah. And you can play around with much more than this. You can have, if I were gonna talk a bit cartoony, you can even have a circle, which is, I don't think it's not wrong to use cartoony eyes in your comic. After all, comic is a form of, or manga even, is a form of cartoon. A circle eye, or we can play with this actually. We can do a couple of tricks here with this. You see? I came up with the shape of the eye, and playing around with the pupil is another cool trick. Connect this. It's a bit Italian-ish. And you can come up with so many more different eyes based on that. But just, oops, sorry about this. Another shape that I want to talk to you before leaving is that you can take your eye and add little extras like this, or you can break it and add the same extras. Let's draw the one right here. Some people tend to do the eyes and extend the lines like this. Another thing, also another little trick. See the lines here? And some even tend to go to extreme as something like this. You can be creative and add a bit of lashes, and you have a really weird looking person or eyes. And to go a little bit realistic, to show you a bit realistic stuff before I go, you can take your own eye and just divide it into lines. And don't add extra stuff here. I did try to draw my friends in a semi-realistic cartoony way, and I ended up with some interesting results. But usually the eyes tends to be small in size. And with that, I end this tutorial. I hope that you found this useful, and I hope that you think of your own mixes of eyes and do not just limit yourself to manga. Look for cartoons, see your friend's eyes and try to draw them in a semi-realistic way, and have fun most importantly. And this is probably the best way to come up with different looking manga eyes. And tip, do not use in your main characters the same type of eye, the same exact type of eye. They will just look like twins with different hairstyles. Try to use a bunch of different eye shapes for the main characters, or do like Hiro Mishima did. He has Erza's style and or Erza's eyes and Natsu's eyes. They're pretty much the same shape. He just played with the pupil. Erza has a rather large pupil, while Natsu has like a dot. And that practically gives him like two different looking characters. And with that, I end this tutorial because it's really long. And yeah, I'll see you in my next tutorial. Probably gonna be more about head positions, and the one after that will be comparing different ages of people's faces, like small child and teen and adult and old person. So yeah, that's it guys. I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.